Welcome to Bank on Me, the reality show that means business. Coming to you from Scotiabank, Scotiabank Barbados. Your host, Alex Jordan.
It has been an incredible week for our 12 Bank on Me finalists. The pitch to the expert judges, the tension of waiting for results, and the excitement of success. Then the upliftment came with an intensive workshop from Basil Springer, a leader in the field of enterprise development. This took place at the Caribbean Media Corporation headquarters.
It is worth noting that money is not the challenge. It is access to the money that's the challenge. Shepherding, mentoring, mitigates the risk of business failure. That means that all of you shepherds here have a major responsibility. Think of, this dashboard here, which is the ManaBiz matrix, and I hold it, your enterprise, I know that for sure. So I'm holding it over you. And I said, what is the status of your project? Fish farming, good. What does red mean? Not working, dead, danger, right? Is that what you want? Nope. Is that any better? Too much red, right? Too much red, good. How about that? That's what you would like.
An official number 6 would be hard work, and the ability to decipher when you need help.
I know we have instructions and we have theories and we have systems which would have been in place before this current economic situation in which we find ourselves. So how does this change, and how does our way of operation change as a result of this current dynamic?
The only other two things you need is shepherding and money. The shepherds, they're here this afternoon. And I personally believe that if we had a pot of venture capital funds, everything would be solved. Because to me, we have no shortage of ideas and innovations. You all are an example of this here.
This was followed by informal meetings with their assigned mentors. When we come back, our contestants show the judges just what they've learned. The judges are David Nealons, Richard Haynes, Shelley Williams, Michael Lord, and our guest judge this week, Roseanne Myers, who is General Manager of Atlantis Submarines.
Life is full of possibilities. They're out there, just waiting to be discovered. At Scotiabank, we believe in possibilities. For over 100 years, our customers have looked to us to help them uncover what's possible in life, in their finances, and in their future. Because when you believe that anything is possible, anything is. Scotiabank. Discover what's possible.
Without any delay, we join our 12 finalists as they pitch to make it to the 6.
This week's Bank on Me challenge. How would you boost the investment appeal of your business?
Etiba is working on becoming that company that people turn to for quality, natural skincare products as they make those important lifestyle choices to lead a better and healthier life. Here are just a few. We have the upper left-hand corner, the Etiba Woman in Panache magazine. Upper right, Afrobella chose Etiba as her favorite moisturizer, June 2013, from an indie brand. Rachel O, another prominent US blogger, chose Etiba as the April Best in Beauty. And the lower right-hand corner, you have Etiba that was featured in Fashion Affair magazine that has a total reach of over 3 million people. The strong position of the Etiba brand is that it can be used to represent any island within the Caribbean.
You're obviously the pivotal point in the business. Have you considered, in terms of looking at the risk of having a business that centers around you as an individual, versus licensing other people to actually make the product so that you're assured that your supply never goes because, God forbid, something happens to you even for 2 weeks. Have you considered that?
I have considered that. I have looked at contract manufacturing facilities stateside, and my main concern is the quality of the product that it's maintained. It's a very natural product, and I did contract one company, and it becomes difficult for having them really come and get the product as it really is.
If you go to anyone and ask them to invest, and there's one pivotal person who basically you are dependent on no matter what, it is going to make your proposal a little weaker.
And I applied the ManoBiz model to my business, and I could clearly see that I was strong in 2 areas, in marketing and in operations. As you can see, look how great it tastes. Wouldn't you love to eat any of those dishes there? Tilapia on the right, crayfish on the left. Okay. Now, if you look at the world market for capture fisheries is actually stagnating. Since 1980, it's been stuck at 0 to negative growth, whereas the aquaculture industry has actually been increasing every year since 1980 by at least 10%. And I looked at it by applying the ManoBiz model, and these are the key strategies I have for approving and attracting my investment. Under marketing, I will be working with an established distributor. As I mentioned before, I'm working with Shorelines, and they are used to producing and marketing gourmet products, clams, shrimp, salmon, and they'll be working with me to brand my product, going towards hotels, the tourism market, and restaurants. And I'm going to have a high quality product that's available all year round at competitive prices.
As a person who loves to cook, food that is already almost prepared,
yes.
If you prepare the tilapia such that you only have to push it in the oven,
exactly.
I think your penetration probably
would be larger, yes.
We can't realize our potential as people or as companies unless we plan for the long term. So says Jeff Bezos of Amazon.com. We plan to invest in 2 specific areas to now help grow our business: marketing and suppliers. For suppliers, we also do analysis on our site. So we see our customers coming back at least once a month. We're going to go after the Caribbean diaspora. So we're going to go to Miami Carnival. We're going to go to Notting Hill. We're going to go to the areas where we know the Caribbean diaspora are. If I'm a Caribbean national living overseas, I no longer have to call my cousin and say, well, if you're coming, put it in the suitcase. By the way, the cousin should tell them, you can now go onto this site.
Now, one of the things I wasn't clear on is what competitive advantage Carrycraft.com will have against the major players in the online retail industry. Can you tell me what the major competitive advantage will be?
Amazon is not Caribbean. So Amazon is a leader in the industry, and I truly respect them. However, they don't understand the Caribbean culture.
Now, Mrs. Williams, imagine someone a client coming to you requesting services of a chef, and you can just call and you have to worry about the chef, the food, the quality. Or Mr. Haynes, anniversary coming up, you decide to do a dinner for your wife. All you have to do is go home, get ready. You don't have to look at the chef. Food is prepared, well served, and the kitchen is clean after you leave. Or you're in Trinidad vacationing at a villa, and you're ready for a mojito. All you have to do is call your butler, tell him mojito, and it's at you in a minute. We need to focus on 2 key areas. That's marketing and planning. In the corporate governance, under the planning aspect, we started small, perfected our craft, earned a profit, and decided now it's time to expand. We're 60% regional, and your regional business doesn't cover half the graph. So that means the regional business is our most profitable so far.
I think you need to partner with some local agricultural people as well. I'm not hearing enough about Caribbean food in Caribbean villa chefs. I think that's a real positive.
We have our Survivor perfume made with couscous grass, grown locally, which creates jobs for our farmers. We are blessed with our black belly sheep milk, which is another animal that's indigenous to Barbados, that we're using because it's high in collagen. It brings back elasticity to the skin. I mean, look around. Barbados is blessed with some of the most beautiful women in the world. So we're looking for a way to create income for women, mostly, men too if they're interested, to sell our products worldwide.
Well, just listening to you, I feel like I am starting to glow already in my skin, the way you describe Barbadian women. So I think your pitch is perfect because it really says use what you have to enhance who you are. I just wanted to get a feel, Debbie, the investment that you're looking for is exactly what are you going to put that into?
Well, to be perfectly honest, right now we manufacture everything by hand and we bottle by hand. I can make 5 gallons of lotion, for instance, in less than an hour. It takes me the rest of the day to put that into bottles.
As part of your plans to develop the line, will any further consideration be given to pushing the male line more? Because as I sit here as a male, I'm feeling very left out because most of your products are for females, but I think there's a very important catchment area of the market that you can capitalize on, which is the male market. Now, you mentioned you have a
Survivor for Men.
Survivor for Men. Is it a cologne? What is it?
This one is a cologne. It's made for men. This is made with bay leaves.
We will pull our efforts and resources into the packaging and the branding of our products. This step will assist us in completing the exquisite nature of these pieces. And then we will try to source places such as Duty Free Caribbean and Harrison's, who have already established a clientele with persons not only locally but regionally, and they show interest in our crystal pieces. We will, however, be looking to open a studio where persons will be able to come to us and watch the product being made.
I think you are two superbly talented young people. I look at the work in front of us and it absolutely speaks for itself. And I can see pieces that I can tell you from my own business we will be ready to carry tomorrow.
The high-end market, I can definitely see you in the high-end market. No doubt about it. Yes, people do not know that there's such talent lives here in Barbados. I was just commenting to Michael that my sister-in-law just flew all the way to Italy for a beautiful house that she's decorating just to get a chandelier that looks just like that. You have to put yourself out there, and I think you're doing that with Bank on Me, the show. And now it is to connect the links.
Our ultimate goal is to help students to save money as well as to become the #1 provider of school supplies and become the college lifeline.
You did. For us, the college refers to the regional territory, the entire regional educational system, starting with the Social Sciences Department at the University of the West Indies.
When you invest in Bookline, you are not investing only in an idea, you are investing in a dedicated and committed team.
I do, however, have a concern. My concern is around continuity. Now, you're both UE students at present, so it's very easy for you to do your internal marketing currently. But what about when you're no longer students at UE and can market the business internally?
We have discussed that among us, what will be the next step. The next step, we're looking at getting other people on board and knowing about Bookline so that it becomes more of a culture. Bookline is there.
Coming up, the last pitches. And then the judges have got to make some tough decisions.
It's been said that behind every door, possibility awaits. How much possibility depends on which door you open first. Every day, we help our customers discover the possibilities in their lives. It all starts with a conversation. Scotiabank. Discover what's possible.
Casting Barbados is a source of talent for people in the advertising, film, fashion, photography, music industries. The business was started with a nominal investment from friends and family of $6,000. So our next steps, we are seeking to form a formal investment of $100,000 to purchase computers, software, photography equipment, marketing collateral, and legal counsel to draft contracts for international talent. Casting Barbados has achieved a lot with very little, but the potential for exponential growth is tremendous. And that's why I want you to bank on me.
You want a loan of $100,000. Have you really done your homework in terms of that? I mean, you're talking about international contracts and the like. How thoroughly have you gone into those numbers?
We have checked with someone, a consultant in finance, and these are the figures that have been recommended as a startup.
So in terms of finding talent, is there a cost to that, or do people just come to you? How does that work?
Both. Wherever I am, I'm always looking. Just today, I saw somebody outside. I hope they're still there.
In our first year, from November 2011, we made a decent 800 sales. I know it's small, but it's decent. 800 sales, which garnered us about $56,000. 10 months into year 2, where we now are, we have made 1,400 sales. Nearly 100% increase with 2 months left in our business year. To be clear, we are doing this with just 2 persons on the job full time, myself and my wife Keisha. No bank loans, no personal transport, the boss is my friend. No fixed residence, we move around a lot, and no debt. We have 1 laptop, 1 smartphone, and the greatest free tool with global reach any entrepreneur like myself will be happy to have, Facebook. With a solid team, we can execute our plan to increase brand reach and profitability. We are what we call deep soul swag. So you look good and you build yourself up at the same time.
I like the brand, you know why? Because there's a lot of, Barbadian, gear out there for tourists and so on, but nothing really speaks for the younger generation for what's hip and cool, and it is comparable with what you see globally.
It has to be.
Correct. So the critical thing now is that you can, take it now to the next level.
Yeah. So I really think you're onto something, and I really congratulate you.
Gold Coast is the future. Not only is Gold Coast the future, but the music industry is the future of our economic development as a country and as a region. I think I have a very important role to play along with all of the other young people involved in what we do, the artists, the makeup artists, the designers, the dancers, the singers, the choreographers, the fitness instructors, because together we form what we call the cultural industries. We operate as a 360-degree record label. This means that we manage artists, we export music, we generate revenue through copyright, we produce events, and we attract investment. I think that we have done a very good job in developing talent. Some of the examples would be Hal Linton, who we introduced to SRP, who went on to be signed to Universal Motown. And we have showcased Chantel. Rihanna was first awarded at the Barbados Music Awards. It's a solid investment. Today I brought to you an artist who is a fine example of how we make money in the music industry. When you sign talent at this level, you get a percentage of the signing fee, which is what SRP does. You get future royalties on earnings through record sales, licensing, publishing, if the artist performs worldwide. This artist just auditioned for Sony Records. He also has been shopped to Universal Motown. And it's just a matter of time before we are deciding which label to go with.
Since my baby went away, got me feeling lonely, got me feeling strange. Got me feeling lonely, I can feel the pain. I must smoke another just to ease the pain, 'cause I miss you.
We are looking at just 20 merchants in Barbados, having only started in August this year. And we're hoping to grow by 100 merchants every year through to 2015. We are a franchise. Because of this, we're tapping into the human resources development, operations, and marketing resources of our parent company. This includes ongoing training at no additional cost to our staff, IT support by the experts, by the creators of this product at no additional cost. We've looked at the 5 critical areas of our business. We've identified the areas where we can improve, and we believe that the wonderful product that we have is going to hit the ground positively to give you, our investors, the return on investment rather that you deserve.
Who's your competitor, would you say?
Well, there are a few companies in Barbados. Of course, I wouldn't give them the forward by mentioning their names, but there are a few companies in Barbados that provide mobile apps. As I mentioned before, they are all very bespoke-oriented solutions. You come to them with what you're looking to do, and they create something from scratch. The turnaround time usually is long. The cost can be very high. We're talking about $15,000 US and up. With our solution, it's like the Model T. Any car you want as long as it's black.
I'm a savvy marketer, and I've set myself 3 major goals. Have an ATM website, publish research findings based on the success of my clients, and create strategic joint ventures with gynecologists, stores and spas, and so on. Women are requesting information. They're requesting my products. They're requesting customized workshops. They want to heal from traumatic experiences and gynecological diseases. They want to increase their sexual prowess, and all in all, women want to improve and empower themselves.
Sorry, Katrina, without the benefit of being here last week, and some of our viewers might only have tuned in, you haven't told me what the product is. What is it that you're selling?
It's a yoni egg. This little device here. It helps to revolutionize women. Life transforming changes I've seen, real life transforming situations I've seen. It's used for health and longevity, vaginal toning and dexterity.
So it's a vaginal device.
This little device is known for one thing worldwide, and I'm trying to change the perspective.
What's it known for?
Vaginal toning and dexterity.
Vaginal toning and dexterity.
And I'm trying to change the perspective to realize that there's a holistic approach to it.
Katrina, I think you have to get away from the shyness of your product. You make it awkward. Because if you feel that it is an awkward conversation, have you ever heard of the vagina monologues? And everybody has gone to that and we love it. You have to own what it is.
We're going to fast forward now because after some intense deliberations, the judges have chosen their final 6.
Check Bank on Me on Facebook to vote for the lucky 7th contestant to be eligible for crowdfunding.
Well, the time is nigh. Congratulations to all of our contestants. Let's join the judges now, who will announce our 6 finalists.
We wish you all success. We think you've all got great ideas, but in our position, we have to choose 6.
It was certainly a pleasure to listen to all of the brilliant ideas. And I want to start off with one young lady who said, "Bank on me," and we heard her cry. So the first person we're going to call is Christina Adams. Well done, Christina.
Judge number 2.
The next finalist is Dane Sadler, Caribbean Villa Chef. Dane, definitely a very viable and marketable service that augurs well to the many luxury villas, not only in Barbados but throughout the Caribbean.
And now for our 3rd finalist from Judge Shelley Williams.
Our 3rd finalist, Torchworks. Congratulations, you have a phenomenal product. And I just want you going forward for the next couple of weeks, concentrate all your energy on doing that luxury product. You'll be fantastic.
And who is finalist number 4? Let's go to Judge Richard Haynes.
All right, number 4 is Casting Barbados Limited, Miss Cindy Legault. Cindy, you have a solid business, is definitely current and relevant, and we think it has a lot of potential.
4 down, 2 to go. Let's go now to our next judge, Mr. David Nealons.
And my contestant is Raj Paul. Raj, you remind me of a child of the 60s. You were born in the time of the flower people, but your message is still as relevant now as it was then.
From our vast number of applicants, there were 12 finalists. From those 12, the judges had to choose 6. We now go to our guest judge, Roseanne Myers, to announce our 6th and final finalist.
Unfortunately, it's been left to me, and I want to say that the presentations that I saw all are worthy, as David said, of going forward and continuing on your quest to bring your business to fruition. What we were charged to do was only to choose 6. Does not mean that the 6 that we choose were the only ones that we felt that had good, solid business plans. So the sixth and final contestant going forward is Gold Coast Records, Ronnie Morris. We listened to your pitch. It was excellently done. In terms of the weeks going forward, the buzzword for you is to focus.
Next week, our 6 contestants will visit Fund Access, where they will receive their Fund Access Challenge. Until then, bank on me?
Absolutely.
It was really wonderful. It's nice to get more skill to benefit the business and how to operate the business. So it was a really wonderful experience.
It would have been good to go through, but we still benefited a lot from the exercise in terms of learning how to present our business to possible investors, and we definitely will proceed with that effort regardless.
It was phenomenal. I thoroughly enjoyed it, and I like the frankness of the judges. The advice that they give would definitely fuel me going forward.
It's just another part of the journey. So the journey will continue for Carecraft.com, and we will move on, but we will take our message in a different format.